Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Mama Fox Studios. This is Missy and we are continuing to build Emily's Flower Shop. Why in God's name? I don't know. Anyways, we did this little sign. Honestly, it looks more like a washboard to me. I'll be honest. And then we made this little black table, which I like the concept of it, but the material made it a little bit hard, but it stands up. It's nice. So yeah, we have those, and then here we'll show you all the other bits and bobbles that we've been working on. We've got quite a few of them going on here. Come back to the workstation here. Okay, so I need to get these out of the way, and I just looked up and noticed something. This little stinking thing is back. Drop down, so it needs to stay up. I love the concept of this, but the build is not perfect. Anyways, we're gonna move on. So we have 2 tables and a stool to do that all are going to be working with the wire and the shrink wrap tubing. And as you can tell, I'm not excited at all. So we're going to do a half table. So we need the wood piece, which is C6, which I know is in one of our little baggies. It is in bag number 3. It's that little half circle, like a light grayish, bluish kind of color. And then we need the champagne wire, 195 millimeters, which is 19.5 centimeters. So let's stretch this out. We gotta straighten it out a bit because it is very, very wiggly. This is very soft. You could probably do this with your hands, but my hands don't really like to make them very straight. So I've learned if I just make the wiggly part either up or down and then push it in with my ruler, it helps get it pretty straight. I mean, it's not like ever perfect, but I don't think I've ever had a perfectly straight piece of wire come from this, come from a miniature build, so. Let's see if that may be enough. So we need 19.5, so there's 15. $16, $17, $18, $19 and a half. So we're going to go right about here. Okay, still have a bit left. And then, okay, I'll pull out the yellow tubing, but I don't know if I'm going to actually use it. I actually have a bit of my, oh, wait, is that my size or is the other one? Which one is mine? So this one's mine. They did give us, I guess that's black, mine's a little bit brown. So mine is like, I don't know, half the size or something. It's much, let's see if we can show you here, much smaller. And I'm gonna start with the yellow because we're gonna do multiple pieces of wire. Now mine only kind of likes 3 pieces of this wire, so if we do more than that, have to work with the yellow, but we'll see which works. So for that we want 5 millimeters. So 0.5 centimeters. It's very easy to cut. I'm not going to cut the brown yet. I'm going to wait and see if I can use this. So we want to do 3 pieces of 65 millimeters. So 6.5 centimeters. And we will just did I measure wrong? Yeah, one of those is much shorter. Oh, a little bit. Okay, so mine are, I'm gonna even them up. I cut about 67-ish, and then when I copied it over, it made one short. So I'm just gonna even them up. So because these are table legs, so we definitely want them even. Come on, 2 of them are straight. That one is just not. Okay, so then we want to take all 3 of them and just fold them around to give them this curve. Now we're not sticking them on here or anything, but they want us to have the same curve on them. Maybe if I set them down. Wow, okay, let's start over because that just was horrid. There, much better. I don't know why that was so hard that first time. So yeah, I'm just holding it at one end because they're that length, and then just, whoop, not that. Just run it around the circle, or the half circle, you know what I mean, the piece of wood. Yeah, and if you have it on your desk or workstation, it makes it easier. Okay, so then we want to put all 3 of these together. Okay, and we're going to put them into our shrink wrap tube. And then in the middle, we're going to, I use this little torch. You can use a lighter. I don't know if a heat gun, probably a heat gun, like however you feel comfortable or whatever you have available to heat this up. I used to just always use my lighter, but I do work under a fan and it can kind of get a little crazy. I've burnt fingers before, so be very careful no matter how you do this. And be extra careful, that wire will get hot even on the ends. Like I only torched here, but they're warm, very warm also already on the ends. Okay, so we want to take on one end of each of them. Well, how come you move now? We want to, it says 5 millimeters, so 0.5 centimeters. We want to curl up an end. So just give it a nice curl. Try not to unbend your pieces. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's right. Okay. I thought I bent them the wrong way at first. Nope, we're good. I'm bending it up in towards the curl. Okay, now we've got to get them so they're all facing out. And then, oh, sorry, that was supposed to be a 3, and then these are, we're supposed to just bend at a 90 degrees, and that's the 5 millimeters, sorry, that they want. And so the part that we just bent that little bit on is supposed to go, that's what's going to sit on the wood. So I'm just using the alcohol glue that they gave me in the kit. And I know some of you have heard this every video, but I did not cut the tip. I just poked it with a needle. For anybody that's not watched the other ones, be like, what is she doing? And it likes to get clogged. So, but it gives me a little precision tip instead of a big old mess. So I'm just gonna put my glue on the bottom of those bent over ones, not the little circles, just the flat ones. And then we want 2 straight across and 1 straight out. That is so not even. How come? The webs on this alcohol glue is not good. I think the problem is when we put our shrink wrap thingy on, they were all in a line. I think they need to be like in a triangle. But I'm gonna try to just finagle them without having to redo that. I don't know if I can. We're gonna try. No more glue on that one. It's all on the tip, and the tip doesn't quite reach, so that's what my problem is. Hold on, now I've got gummy glue everywhere. Baby wipes are my best friend. Oh, excuse me. Got the hiccups. Hiccups. Okay, so before let's try this again. this one. This one is not. Just trying to see if I can rearrange them in that tube. I don't think I can. Want these two to roll around that one. And all at the same time, I'm trying not to damage the arc, the amount of curl that we've got, which is not really working. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, they're not straight, but I'm gonna put the glue on here. And put them down on here. Oh, no, 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 no. Now we're gonna let that dry for a minute, right? We're gonna let that dry. We're gonna go on to the next one, because then we'll come back, flip it up, and then if we have to rearrange these, I don't want to do it right now because I'm gonna pull them off of here. So if we can, stop messing with it, Missy. Just picking. I'm gonna just ruin it. I know I am. Okay, I'm gonna let it set because it needs to dry. Okay, our iron table. We need Q. Q is our brown cardboardy paper, right? So we need Q 23, 24, and 25. So these 3 darker squares here. Just gonna cut all 3 out, and then I can get them cleaned up. My parents are so funny. You would think that this is a new thing, but this happens every year. So tomorrow is Sunday, and NASCAR, my dad is a NASCAR fan, NASCAR has a qualifying race. I don't know where it's at, but I know there's a race on Sunday. And football season has started. So my mom is like, the Raiders are playing, that's our team. Raiders are playing, and she's like, and I'm like, you have 4 TVs in this house or surrounding areas. There's one in the living room, one in the family room, one in the garage, and one in your bedroom. Like, you can't figure out how the 2 people can watch 2 different programs out of 4 TVs. She's like, they're both just like, that's not the point. I'm like, then what is the point? Because I'm obviously missing it. Yeah, so you'd think it was like the way they're, I mean, they're not arguing, but they're just like kind of bickering, like, I'm gonna watch, no, I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch it. Like, because this doesn't happen every year, this schedule overlap, right? It's crazy. I was just sitting there last night just laughing. I was like, this is my entertainment. That's 23. Oh, come on. Already cut that. Oops. This one's 24. And then this one is 25. Okay. These ones do have slightly rounded edges. I don't really round them, I just kind of cut that corner off. Okay, now what? Oh, we need thin black wire, okay? And also the black heat shrink tubing. So the black heat shrink tubing and thin black wire. The thin black wire, ooh, 275 millimeters, so 27.5 centimeters, really? I mean, at what lengths? 4 of them at 60, so 6 centimeters. We need 4 of them because these are in pieces. And no, it's not my fault. I mean, yes, I did choose this for something and then it was the wrong one, but they also gave it to us in 2 pieces, so I didn't totally cut it all up. One, two. Let's see what we have left. Nope, that's the bronze. That was very, very close. 3. Did Didn't I have another one in here? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. I knew I had another one. Or is that the bronze? Did I just move it and then grab the wrong one again? No, that's bronze. Okay, just making sure I have them right. Actually, I have two that are slightly smaller, and because these are table legs, I'm going to save that longer one and just trim these ones all up together. So mine will be slightly shorter than the 6 centimeters, but they'll all be the same size. Okay. And then and the heat shrink tube is 10 millimeters, so 1 centimeter. Okay, so now what do? We put Q24, which was 23, the middle one, and Q25 together. Okay, there. 25 is tiny bit smaller, like tiny bit. So okay. Come here. And then on 23 here, stay where I put you. It says to scratch along the dotted lines and fold, and we want to fold down. There are dotted lines here. Okay, I'm going to give it a try because this is thicker material, so you don't want to push hard enough to cut through, but you do have to do more than just a scratch, like a very light little scratch, which is what I did on that sign that didn't work very good. Like, it didn't work great. So a little bit heavy, but not too much. So I do the first one very light just to get the feel for it, and then I'll go the second one and do it just a little bit heavier handed. Now let's see if that helped. I mean, I didn't cut through anything. I mean, yeah, it makes a nice but we do have to cut all the way through on one side of the corners, and so I'm going to cut them on the long side. That way, when I fold down the long side, right, and then I fold the short side, that will fold over. See, it'll fold down over so I'm going to glue those together. Now, it does not tell us that at all, but there's no way not to. Now you can decide, should I glue them on the inside? Yeah, I'm going to glue them on the inside. We're gonna have to worry. You know what we're doing? We're waiting for glue to dry. It's our motto, right, guys? It's our unofficial official theme song. I wrote it. It's on my channel under my music playlist. It's at the Cutting Along Lifestyle Designs at the bottom. It's like the third up from the bottom on the playlist. Glue Dreams, and that is our unofficial official theme song of this channel. Straight, and I don't want you hanging off. That was just when I cut it. I didn't cut it right on the line. There was a little bit of overhang, and so that was showing. But I still have plenty underneath to grip them together. Do. And you know what I say, if you don't want to sit and watch me do this, I don't mind. Fast forward, it's fine. But so I know some people have been building along, so I just want to show you the actual time it takes to build, you know, the actual steps. That's why I don't cut anything out. Even my cutting. Okay, unfortunately we're gonna have to hold this for a few more seconds, for a little bit more, because if I just set it down, it'll just open up. Just like that. Dang it. Trying to get all those little gluey webs off of here. My tweezers are stuck together. Stay now? No. Okay, on paper, like my aliens would have been better, or super, like this is taking forever. think we got it. Why are my sides not? I kind of like want to buckle out a little bit. I don't want you to buckle out. There we go. Okay. Close enough. All right. So now we're going to take this and we're going to put the two pieces that we just made on top of that. The Q23 and 24 and 25, sorry. And we're just going to center them on top of 23. Okay. And then we cut the shrink wrap at 10 millimeters, but we actually need 2 5 millimeters. Okay. So on 2 of these wires, we're going to, okay, no, we want 2 wires together, and we're going to put one of the shrink wrap on them. Okay, that must be the wrong shrink wrap because those don't fit. I may have just grabbed the wrong one out of the container. Okay, and we want, so even these up, we want these to come down 20 millimeters, so 2 centimeters. To the top, so 2 centimeters down, and we want the top of that tubing. Now I'm going to go ahead and, right? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and torch that. Okay, and then do the same thing on the other one. This time I'm just going to match up the amount I did on this one. Watch your fingers. Whew, that wire gets hot, guys. Be careful. I can feel it all the way down here where I'm holding it. And I wasn't torching anywhere close to that. That got hot. Okay, so then, with the tubing up at the top part, I wasn't perfectly straight there. Oh, dang it. Honestly, give me worked wood versus freaking wires that I gotta straighten. Oh. So with the 2 centimeters there, and that one is like almost 3. So at the top, we want to arch them over so they're just kind of rounded out. And we want the distance between the 2 tips to be 30 millimeters or 3 centimeters. That is only 2.5. I don't, Okay, which one? That one's a little bit high, so take that one up a little bit. Okay, that one looks good. Now let's just see if we can repeat that over here. I'm just trying to mimic that arch. So I'm holding my finger on the one that's already arched and then moving the one that's not. And we want them to be flat though. Yeah, they look good. Okay, so now on the bottom, right, we want to do the same, we want to split them right at the, where they come together with the tubing. And we want those ends to be apart 15, okay, we are way, so 1.5 centimeters, that's 2. And I want them to be out like evenly. So 1.5, okay. So before we do the next step, let's go ahead and pull this other one. Nope, that one's on. $1.5. And 1.5. Okay, so now the last thing we're going to do to these here is on the side we just did, we now want to take the ends and 90-degree them in. That was not a 90-degree. And it says to have these 5 millimeters, so so it'd be 5, the distance between them would be 5, and then that would be 5. I'm not going to get that picky. then the sides that we just did, oh, why can I not pick you up? These sides that we just been in, we're going to take our tabletop and turn it upside down. Yeah, those are nowhere near. So basically I'm just going to take these now and stretch them out to the corner. There we go. We're going to glue on the bottom here. Stick them in the corners. And I'm holding the top this way to make sure that they're straight across, that one isn't turned in or anything. I don't know how these are supposed to like stay though. That is the most unsupported. Okay. We'll give it some support then until it dries, I guess. Whoops. Oh, come on. Close enough. Yeah. This is gonna work. I'm so being sarcastic right then and there, in case you couldn't tell. I'm gonna leave it to dry and see what we get. Now, how did this one do? Okay, yeah. This, so I'm gonna hold on here. Now I've just gotta tweak these so they're straight. Oh, now too much. Okay, well, it is what it is, and it's not straight. Hold on. Kind of, sort of better. Okay, that one's good. So, I mean, it's a cute little table. It's just a pain in the butt. but it's cute. And I have no idea time-wise. 58, oh, we're almost at an hour. Okay, well, we're not gonna get to the bar stool, which is probably good because, let me just say, it is not, oh, see, this one didn't even stay. Cool, because I hate these. Can I scrape that excess glue off? And even with those dang, beads to give them support, they still are just like loosey-goosey. I don't know how everybody does, but when I put the things in the house, I definitely glue everything down. I know some people don't because they want to maybe change it up, use a piece in something else, but I definitely glue all of mine down solidly. So these will be glued down. So I just would like to be a bit more solid. So we're gonna make a tall one that's didn't have the same exact cross beams, but we'll see how it goes. It's supposed to be taller, I guess. It says tall stool. So we'll see on the next one. Yeah? All right, please join me then, and I thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Next is our tall bar stool, and then we have a flower bucket and a watering can and a water bucket and an oil can and some candlesticks and an oil lamp. We're not, obviously that's 2 full pages. We're not getting all that done tomorrow, the next build. We may just get the bar stool, I don't know, we'll see. Thanks again, guys, and I hope to see you on the next build. Bye.